Follow me, Migos Impossible. Migos, my name is Taffrey16, and welcome back to another episode of Reading Your Comments, episode 179. It is Sunday, or maybe Saturday if you're watching this a day early on Patreon. For those who don't know, Patrons have the option to watch these as well as reaction videos up to a day early, and get your name in a video description as well. Regardless what day you're watching this on, though, let's go ahead and read some comments. Have you ever thought of branding your fan base with a quirky name? Team Taff, Taff's Troops, Noah's Ark? I hate those kind of names, to be honest, like fan base names. It makes me cringe, to be honest. Although I really do like Noah's Ark, I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty good. As a retro gamer who has dedicated retro games consoles as their primary games machine, please can we have more Games Master? Potentially, yeah. I mean, like I said last time, it'd be pretty easy to do. Like, they're short 20-minute episodes and there's literally no copyright on them. So it'd be a really easy show to do. And they're all on YouTube, so potentially, yes. Do I remember correctly, you watch BX Kid reactions? He's started to Defend Blue Line, seemed to have managed to get episode 1 on YouTube by shrinking the size of the video, so possible alternative to needing to not use other sites if you want to do an episode. I got an episode of that on YouTube too. It might have been the same episode and I didn't even shrink it. That was the only episode I managed to get on though, the other one I couldn't. So it might just be that episode, to be honest, if we did the same one. And yeah, I do watch BX Kid. I'm actually a patron of his. I think I was his first patron. If you go to his description, scroll all the way down, you'll see Noah on there. Will you be reacting to any more Spaced episodes? If not, definitely more Games Master. Well, Games Master, like I said, yes, probably. Spaced, I know I've done 2 episodes. When the hell was that? That had to have been, the last one had to have been 2020, right? I'm gonna look it up, let's see. Spaced. That was November, first episode January 31st, 2020, second episode November 27th, 2020. I still remember it pretty vividly. It was a fun show, so yep, potentially, yeah, I'm not opposed to it. Do you like or have you seen The Walking Dead? I used to watch it. I liked the first maybe 4 or 5 seasons, but as it went on, and you could tell they were gradually running out of ideas, it started to get less interesting, and I just kind of fell out with it. I'm a Believer was recorded by the Monkees, but was written by Neil Diamond. I figured it was the Monkees. I did not know Neil Diamond wrote it though. That is a fun fact. This comment in the Party of the Palace video relates to a real-life incident in '82 where an intruder named Michael Fagan managed to break into Buckingham Palace and enter the Queen's bedroom, engaging her in conversation for a few minutes before being apprehended. Well, I looked into this a little bit. He actually broke in twice. And also, he himself did an interview in 2012 where he said them engaging in conversation was not true. Apparently, she ran out of the room immediately to go get security. But, like, Jesus Christ, dude, where was security? Like, he got in there twice, he got into her bedroom, he could have killed her ass. Like, I'm sure she has better security now, but like, shouldn't she have always had? The host of Buzzcocks would slag off both guests and musical artists as a defining part of the show. The guy who hosted originally, Mark Lamar, used to do it far less jolty and goodwill, and it was even better. Here's the thing about that. I've seen so many comments on this whole thing saying, oh, it was just banter, you know, he was just bantering with him. Since when is being a cunt banter? Like, honest question, wait, when did we make that transition? Since when is just straight up being a cunt banter? You know, like, I don't get it, personally. I don't get it at all. If that's the humor now, then I guess, but like, banter, I thought, you know, it maybe involved being witty, you know, and maybe stuff like that instead of just being a cunt, but maybe that's what it is now. I don't know. Are you gonna do Brass Eye by Chris Morris? It's kind of a spin-off from The Day Today. I did do an episode of it a very, very, very long time ago. Would I do more? Potentially, yes. You get the proper version of the war in episode 5 of The Day Today, plus something after the credits. Oh, okay, did they, like, proper version? Did they add to it, or did they, like, redo the scene or something? I was worried about that I'd see it twice, but if it's different, at least that's good. Prior to watching Knowing Me, We Knowing You with Alan Partridge, I only ever saw his TV sitcom. This totally makes the show make much more sense to me now. You see, that's what I was told. I was told, don't do I'm Alan Partridge at the same... Is that what it's called? I'm Alan Partridge? Don't do it at the same time as Knowing Me, Knowing You. Do Knowing Me, Knowing You first, because it sets up for it. So I'm glad I took that advice. Steve Coogan can sing. One of his characters is called Tony Farino. He made a TV show called The Tony Farino Phenomenon, which was pretty funny. I might have to look into that. And it was very interesting watching his performance, because you could almost like see the wheels turning, because at first he was really going for it, but like as it progressed, you could almost see him realize like, oh, maybe it'd be funnier if the character wasn't as good of a singer, and like near the end of the number he was intentionally singing worse, but he had already outed himself as a good singer. FYI, Dave Lee Travis was friends with Savile, just in case you go, yeah, I looked that up. Well, I guess Alan was right in not liking him. That aspect has aged well. I love Chris Morris's jam, but I'm reminded, especially by this episodes, that the audio, sometimes the audio mix on the show is difficult. The voices are often too low and the music too loud. Add distortion and etc. on top of it, and I don't always catch every line. I'm surprised you catch it all. With accents on top of that. I guess you're used to our accents by now, at least. I am definitely, and I definitely do have to crank the volume of my speakers a little bit more than usual. And I sometimes try to adjust it, like the scene where Mark Heap was seeing the therapist. I blasted the audio on that scene in my compared to the rest of the episode. I blasted the audio on just that scene when I was editing it, and to be honest, I think that's all. The audio mix being shitty, I think it's on purpose. You know, it's just Chris Morris's weird art, basically. I'll put down the Mandela effect, but I thought Chris Morris died 2 years back, or maybe I saw a report about someone with a similar name. Well, I don't know who you could have confused him with, because unfortunately a lot of people died 2 years back. Brilliant, I've been waiting for this Ben Dorm episode. Thanks again, Noah, for reacting to one of my favorite British comedies of all time. Well, you're welcome. And also, I said this at the end of that episode, but I'll say it again here. Series 2 of Benidorm was one of my favorite series of anything ever. You know, like, it was up there with like Series 2 of Outnumbered and all of Father Ted. You know, like it was just fantastic. It really was a great series, and I'm not saying the first series wasn't good. It was, but like they really just dialed it up to 11, and I'm excited to see where Series 3 goes. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for another episode of Reading Your Comments. The comments in this video were pulled from the following videos. Reading Your Comments 178, The Children's Party at the Palace, Nevermind the Buzzcocks 2, The Day-to-Day 5, Knowing Me, Knowing You, Val and Partridge 3, JM 3, and Benidorm 14. If you want a chance to get your comment read in next week's episode of Reading Your Comments, here are the videos to comment on. This video, the reaction video that came out yesterday, which was Benidorm 15, the reaction video that comes out tomorrow, which will be Button Moon, and then the ones that come out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Those are the videos to comment on if you want a chance to get your comment read in next week's episode of Reading Your Comments. But that's going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to leave it a like. If you didn't like it, don't. If you want to follow any of my social media links, my Twitch, where I stream every single day, my second channel, Free Stream Reviews, my Twitter. If you want to follow me on my Patreon, if you want to support me over Daily Motion, all those things are in the video description down below. Also in the video description is a link to the community Reddit, as well as the daily schedule, as well as the Twitch VODs channel. And thank you to all my patrons currently named in the video description for your con supporting me on my channel. For again, if you don't know, so if you didn't watch the beginning of the video, you can be a patron on me for as low as $1 or £1, and you get access to direction videos, as well as reading your comments up to a day early, and you get your name in the video description as well. With all that being said, though, my name is Taffy16. It's been episode 179 of Reading Your Comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.